welcome to Fan vs. Fan. We're talking Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 2.
I'm Peter Counter.
And I'm Elena Lowe.
Let's get started.
Oberyn is dead.
You don't have to remind me.
The House of Black and White. This is where you'll find the man you seek.
It's a threat.
I will burn their cities to the ground if they touch her.
All they understand is blood.
This week on Game of Thrones, Jon Snow wins an election at the Wall.
What does he win, Peter?
Really difficult job.
Oh. In Marine, Dany has a PR crisis.
Cersei calls Jaime a deadbeat dad, causing him to hightail it to Dorne and find their daughter.
Next up, Varys and Tyrion push the boundaries of box metaphors to try to make us forget that Varys somewhere in that carriage is hiding a dirty magician in a box.
We're going to start off with Braavos. This is the first time we've been able to get a really good look at Braavos. We've only been there once before in the show from season 4 when Sir Davos and Stannis Baratheon apply for a loan.
Which was so exciting because who doesn't love warlord economics, right? I mean, it's my favorite bit of the Game of Thrones universe.
I just like applying for loans.
It's great.
Very relatable TV.
A lot of really cool people are from Braavos. So we have Syrio, who trained Arya in sword mastery. He's from there. And also from Braavos are the sexy magicians of Game of Thrones, the Faceless Men.
They're really great at things like close-up magic.
Yep.
Specifically coin tricks.
Highlights in hair, expertly applied eye makeup, and street magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wooing all the ladies. Faceless Men are super good at another thing, which is murder. Jaqen H'ghar was back in this episode as well, and Arya met him at Harrenhal, which is where all those people were tortured in season 2 with rats. So he was back. And you just kind of know that underneath his cloak, he's just kind of hiding some sexy Chris Angel leather pants and a mesh tank top. You just kind of know.
Yeah, I want to see him try and levitate. So we got to see some more Qyburn this episode.
Who is the super, super creepy man that Cersei is becoming very good friends with.
Yeah, so you will remember him from previous episodes as Cersei's disreputable doctor of choice. He was kicked out of the Citadel, never became Maester, which is why Maester Pycelle is so angry about him getting all of this attention. He becomes Master of Whispers in this episode, which was Varys' old job.
Yep, and you know that, well, we don't know, but it's strongly hinted that he's doing human experiments, and we think that he's doing this particularly on the mountain, trying to turn him into a Bane-type creature, but not sexy Tom Hardy Bane, clearly Bane from Batman and Robin, Schumacher's masterpiece. And it really, that works as a good metaphor, because Poison Ivy was a super strong sexy villain, and so was Cersei in this episode. So maybe the whole episode is really just one big Batman and Robin metaphor. Who knows? Who knows? Also this episode, we got to see Dany learning more about her dad, which she thought was just this super cool guy who everyone was just gossiping about. But no. He was actually insane.
Dany wants to take back the term the Mad King, and Barristan is like, no. This is the one thing that you can't have back. This guy burnt children alive in front of their fathers, which is a very deep, obscure callback.
So deep.
This one goes back to a season 1 deleted scene that was a flashback to Ned Stark's brother being burnt alive by the Mad King Aerys Targaryen.
Yeah. And it's a really interesting thing, too, because Jaime has this reputation as the Kingslayer for killing the Mad King disreputably. But really, now we get to reinforce the idea that, no, like, he was really crazy.
It's
and
true.
Jaime did the right thing.
Yeah.
So, Peter, what were your pros this episode?
Well, pretty much everything.
It was a really good episode.
It was really fantastic. The big thing that I noticed in this one, Game of Thrones is really good at having really strong themes, despite having a massive cast of characters and jumping all over the place. This is a perfect example of that. It's called The House of Black and White. Everybody is being given these very stark choices.
Good pun. Great use of pun.
But yeah, they're essentially every storyline. They're like, we could do this thing, we could do this thing. What are you gonna do? And yet, in multiple scenes, we have like quite literally the skin condition grayscale. We learn what it does to people. It turns them from human into something unhuman.
I totally
in the
thought
transition.
I just thought it was dragon face, so it was cool that it has a more medical name.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you've got that. And speaking of dragons, that's another thing. The final scene, it has Daenerys having made a very dark, tough, not great decision, and it's the return of Drogon. And what does he do? He flies away. He's like, you can deal with these human issues, or you can become a dragon and deal with dragon issues.
Yeah, people suck. Just become a dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think my biggest pros was that the characters were so active and no one was really, except for Tyrion, feeling sorry for themselves this episode. We saw Arya go to the House of Black and White. When that didn't work out, she just said, screw it, I'm just gonna go kill some pigeons and deal with these assholes that are in the alley. She wasn't just stuck there. We saw Brienne find Sansa, which was really great, and then just murder the hell out of everyone when things didn't work out. She didn't just sit in the corner and cry. And yeah, so I love the fact that everyone was so active. My favorite, though, was the return of sexy badass Jaime.
Super
Last
sexy.
season, he got a haircut, which just was awful. It just broke my heart. That he got rid of the prince hair. But now he has a leather jacket, and he's just goes up to Bronn, and he's like, I'm feeling adventurous. Let's go get my daughter back. Let's go kill some people, and maybe start a buddy cop comedy called Stumps and Grumps. You know, I think it would have a really good chance on Fox or NBC. You know NBC would pick it up, so.
Talking about Jaime, he was so confident in this episode, I forgot that he only had one hand. And I think he did too, until people kept reminding him.
It's really, man, just Cersei just will not let that shit go.
But you know what? This is a new era. It's a new confident era in these characters' lives. And he's like, I don't care. I'm owning Stumps. Did you have any cons?
I had one big one. So you and I were watching the show together, and you heard me just scream at my television, No, Dani, what are you doing? No, please, for the love of God,
For the entire final 10 minutes.
No, just constant screaming. It was so incredibly frustrating to see both her and Jon really do some very strange choices based on honor. We've seen characters like Robb who have gotten the short end of the stick because they've been too honorable. And we've watched those characters just kind of crash and burn. So it's frustrating to see honorable characters just go through the same issues again and again. It was just frustrating to see Dani clearly not see the problem with letting someone who is advocating for the torture of people of Meereen have a fair trial, but not give a fair trial to one of Meereen's own people who was actually enslaved.
Yeah. Once again, going back to the real root of all of her problems, she's a dragon Jorah queen without dragons or Jorah.
It's just so incredibly frustrating. It's just so frustrating to see her without Jorah just kind of seem like little girl lost. So Peter, what were your cons this episode?
I only have one. It's the continued absence of Sir Pass.
This is a real issue that we have to talk about. I mean, like, I heard that he wasn't being included in this episode because he was too difficult to work with, you know, just like vomiting, just, you know, hairballs everywhere, and he just has to just, you know, bring it back so that he can be featured on the show again, because we miss him.
I think, I agree. And from here on out, starting PounceWatch 2015. It's a
Yeah.
hashtag. Tweet at us what you think is happening to Sir Pounce.
Well, that's it for us this week, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Fan vs. Fan, where we discussed Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 2. I'm Elena Lowe.
I'm Peter Counter.
And what you can do now is tweet at us using the hashtag Fan vs. Fan, or you can follow us on Twitter at Dorkshelf.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see all the episodes. And be sure to leave comments. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. We read them all. We might read some of them in future episodes.
Yep, that's it for us. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Kicked him out!